Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. Come on, everyone. Online students, please check your audio and video settings, please. Yeah, yesterday we are in the middle of the mini project development. As part of that, we created a project, Spring Boot starter project. We added how many starters? Lambda KPA to get the getter setter methods dynamically. Oracle driver for database interaction. Next. JDBC API starter, nothing but Spring Boot starter JDBC, which gives Hikari data source object through auto configuration. But to make Hikari data source object, creating JDBC connection pool, having JDBC connection objects for Oracle. What got guys? JDBC connection objects for what? Oracle. We have added entries in what? Application.properties or not, guys? Part number one. Then we developed the model class using Lambda KPA. Developed or not, guys? Yes. See, guys, Lambda KPA dynamically generates getter setter method, equals method, toString method. Right. You want to see whether they are generated or not? Okay, but for that you have to install Lambda KPA plugin, guys. All right. What is the best annotation to get all the things in one place? @data. Then we have taken DAO interface, having one method, takes a designation, gives what? List of employee objects. Implementation class, injected what? Data source object in the business method. From data source object, we gathered pooled connection object, created prepared statement object having query, but we have not written query along with the code we have written at the top of the class. Set the query parameter values, executed the query, we got the result set object, copied records of result set object to whom? Employee class objects. Added these employee class objects to whom? List collection. Added these employee class objects to whom, guys? List collection. Are you getting my point there or not there? Added these employee class objects to list collection. What collection, guys? List collection. And at the end, we return that list collection object or not, guys? At the end, we have written that list collection object or not, guys? Come on, everyone. So, list of Java bean class objects will be returned back. Okay, that's great. List of Java bean class objects will be returned or will not be returned? Definitely will be returned. No second thought in that, right? Yes. Okay, now tell me what's the next story to concentrate? Eclipse, this one. Already opened it. We already opened it. Close all editors. What editors, guys? Close all editors. Boot IOC pros mini project layered application. So now we need to develop the service interface and implementation class. Observe. Data source is the interface. Its implementation class is Hikari data source. DAO interface, DAO IMPL class. Service interface, service IMPL class. But when it comes to controller, do I need to interface and implementation or not? Not required. Why not required? I will tell. Why not required? I will tell. Controller for our target class. But when it comes to service, it is dependent to controller. DAO dependent to service. Data source dependent to DAO. And there are multiple data sources in the market. So that's why we are going for interface and implementation. There's a possibility of having multiple DAOs. One DAO having Hibernate persistence logic, one DAO having JDBC persistence logic. So when multiple varieties are possible, better to go for what? Interface and implementation or not, guys? Okay, service classes also. Same method, In service class 1, I want to write the business logic using algorithm 1. In another service class, I want to write business logic using algorithm 2. In that situation, it is very, very useful or not, guys? Okay, let's see. Here is the story, guys. Tell me here, com.nt.service. Array, if class is dependent to someone, better to have interface and implement. Forever target class is not going to become dependent to anyone. Better to take just class, no need of taking interface and implement. Right click here, new, what is there? Interface. Right click here, new interface. Tell me, I employee management service. I employee management service. This is my service interface, right? Here is my what? Public list employee. Show employees by designation. Show employees by designation. What is there? String designation 1, designation 2. Lastly, what? String designation 3. I'm not interested to suppress the exception. I want to declare the exception to be thrown. DAO to service, service to controller, controller to client. In client application, we catch the exception. We try to display what? Exception related messages as non-technical guiding messages. Right, boss? Throws exception. What exception, guys? Throws exception. Yes. Public list employee, show employees by designation. I employee management service or not, guys? Come on, everyone. Right click, new class. Employee management service IMPL. Employee management service IMPL. Where is this? I employee management service. That's okay. Save finish. Okay, guys. Tell me here, what is this? Service IMPL class. At the rate service, EMP service. At the rate service, EMP service. Add unimplemented methods. What methods, guys? Add unimplemented methods. Tell me. Public. I have to inject a data source here now, boss. Come on, everyone. Public. I employee DAO. What is there? EMP DAO. That's great. At the rate auto. This is what I said, na? Data source to DAO, DAO to service, service to control. While doing injection, my dear, while doing injection, better to take has a property of type interface, of type implementation class. One chair. Of type interface, of type implementation class. Better to take interface of type interface, of type implementation class. Okay, guys. Of type interface. So that's why interface reference variable is taken on the has a property or not, guys. Okay, that's great, guys. Here what I do is use service. What service, guys? Use service. Tell me here. What is the one I am going to do, guys? Use service. Here is my list employee. List is equal to empdao dot get employees by designation. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Process the list collection. List dot for each. What dot for each, guys? List dot for each. Are you getting my point? We are going through each item. but I have to calculate gross salary and net salary based on the employee salary. From the database table records, we got only salary into employee class object. Employee class objects are added to list collection, right? Yes. List dot for each. This is the story. Tell me here, what is the story, guys? Employee dot set gross salary is equal to employee dot get salary plus what salary plus get salary plus employee dot get salary into, okay, let us assume 40% of 40% of gross salary, 40% of salary is added to what? Regular salary. That becomes what, guys? Gross salary. Basic salary plus 40% of what, guys? Salary. Okay, that is nothing but what, guys? Gross salary. EMP dot EMP dot set net salary. Okay, net salary. 20% of the gross salary deduction. If you deduct 20% from gross salary, you will get the net salary or not, guys? Okay, EMP dot get gross salary minus tell EMP dot get gross salary into 0.2. So this is going to be 20% of the gross salary or not, guys? Say something, my dear. I want reply. EMP dot set net salary, set gross salary. Things are taken over there or not there? Okay, boss. This is done. Okay, boss. This is done. Process the list collection. We are trying to process the list collection over here or not, guys? We are definitely trying to process what? List collection. Followed by this, what is the story, guys? Okay, now at the end, we are returning the list. Yeah, this is nothing but, okay, business logic or not, guys? Calculate employees gross salary and net salary. Calculate employee gross salary and net salary. Convinced, my dear? Come on, everyone. Super. This is my interface. This is my what? Implementation. Okay. We are ready with interface and what? Implementation class. That's great, boss. After that, what is the next one? Okay. So we need to develop one controller or not, guys? Controller is going to be forever target class. Since it is forever target class, in Flipkart example also, Flipkart DTDC, for dependents, we have taken common interface. For Flipkart, did we take any interface, guys? No. Because I know that that is forever target class, right? Since I know that that is what? Forever target class. Is there any need of taking such thing, guys? No. So here controller is also forever target class, right, boss? That to one per what project. Is there any need of taking separate, boss? No. So no need of interface. I can directly take a class or not, guys? Okay. Payroll operations controller. Array in payroll, in payroll only we calculate gross salary, net salary, all this stuff or not, guys? Come on, everyone. Yes. Sir, why are you not taking interface here? I need not to take interface. Why? Because it is forever target class and it is not going to become dependent to anyone else. Okay, how to make this one as a controller, my dear? @controller. Yeah, what is the bean ID? Pay controller or EMP controller. Right, boss? Yes. Right. Here, what I want to inject? Service. Better to take has a property of type interface, of type implementation class. Of type interface, of type implementation. Yeah, tell me. I employee management service. EMP service. Next one. @auto. We are going for injection over here or not there, guys? Come on, everyone. Yeah, tell me. Next one. Public. What is there? Public list. Okay. Employee. Public list employee. What is that? Fetch employees. What, guys? By designations. String designation 1, designation 2, designation 3. Total, how many designations are there, guys? 3 designations. Throws exception. Control plus shift plus O. What is there, guys? Control plus shift plus O. What is next one? Use service. What service, guys? Use service. Okay. Now tell me next one. List employee. List is equal to. What is equal to? Employee service dot. What is there? Show employees by designation. Okay, guys. REST controller is different. Controller is different. REST controller is required in distributed application development. Still time is there to introduce that. Right now we are developing what? Standalone. So don't use. Fine, guys. No, here no manipulation, nothing, guys. Okay, I can straight away return list na, boss. Okay, return list collection. Okay, return list collection. Super, guys. Okay. Okay, to give the feeling, these objects are created and these methods are called in every place. Let me keep one constructor to give the feeling objects are created. To give the feeling objects are created. Yes, my dear. Here is what, guys? Systrace. Here is what, guys? Systrace. Not coming. Why so? I'm looking for SOP, guys. Anything gone wrong? Constructor, right? Why systrace is not coming? Okay, we'll write. Sys out. Okay, sys out. IMPL. What is there? Zero param constructor. What, guys? Zero. Here, systrace. Okay, lastly there. Okay, this one. Right. Same thing I have to do in a service class also, my dear. Come on, everyone. In service also, I'm taking what? Yes, guys. Here also I will write systrace. Okay, here I want to write zero param constructor. Zero param constructor. Here is what, my dear? Systrace. Yes, my dear. This is done now, my dear. Come on, everyone. Yeah, next one. Yes, here I will take, what is there? Systrace. What is there? Sys. Here is my zero param constructor. That's great. Yes, here is my what, my dear? Systrace. Okay. Now that's great. So all basic layers are over. Now I need to develop main class having presentation logic. In standalone application, presentation means SOP and scanners only. Using scanner, I can read the inputs. Using the scanner, come on, using the system.out.println, I can display the output. Yes or no, na boys? Come on, everyone. Okay, guys. Tell me here what is there. com.nt, guys. Here. This is main class come configuration class. Okay. Main class come configuration class. First of all, what I want to do is get access to IOC container. Get access to IOC container. Here, what is that? Application context. CTX is equal. Application context CTX is equal to. That's great. Yeah, tell me next one. Get controller class object reference. What object reference, guys? Controller class object reference. Simply literally get controller class object reference. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Give me 1 minute, guys. Yes, guys. Tell me. Yeah, tell me here. What is this? Payroll operations controller. What is that? Payroll operations controller is equal to, tell me, CTX dot get bean. What's the bean ID I passed, guys, for controller class? EMP controller. See, when I say layered application, you saw it very complex. See, when you are developing one by one, things are easy or not, guys? Anything complex? We already reached to last phase of the application, right? Okay, tell me, guys. EMP control. Don't worry, I'll give flow of execution, everything. EMP controller, tell me. Uh, okay, now we as part of improvisation, we have to pass what? Class name na boss. Yeah, payroll controller dot class. Okay, we got the target class option. That's great. Okay, now read inputs from end user. Read inputs from end user. Scanner SC is equal to new scanner of system dot in. Scanner SC is equal to new scanner of system dot in. That's great. Tell me, sysout. Sysout. Tell me here, what is there? Enter. Enter. Array, I have to give three designations now, boss. Enter. Employee designation 1. String designation 1 is equal to SC dot next. Copy this. Enter employee designation 2. String designation 2 is equal to SC dot next of. Enter employee designation 3. Okay, guys. Designation 3 is equal to SC dot next. What dot next, guys? SC dot next. Total, how many designations are there, guys? Okay, designation 1, designation 2, designation 3. Total, how many designations are there, guys? 3 designations are there. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on, everyone. Designation 1, designation 2, designation 3. Total 3 designation. Array, in my table, all designations are there in uppercase letter. Here I may enter in any case, right? So as part of business logic written in service class, it's better to convert all the 3 designations to uppercase letters now, boss. Okay, where, guys? Okay, not in controller class. Go to service class. This is service only, na? Yes. Okay. Tell me here. Convert designations to uppercase letters because they're case sensitive, boss. That's why, right? Yeah, tell me how to do that. Designation 1 is equal to designation 1 dot to uppercase of. Designation 2 is equal to designation 2 dot uppercase of. Designation 3 is equal to designation 3 dot to uppercase of. What, guys? To uppercase of. We converted them or not, guys? Okay. That is also part of my business logic. Here I am reading in any case, but there they will be converted into what letters, guys? Uppercase letters. That's great. Okay, guys. Now we have to invoke the business method, but all other things are propagating the exception. They are not suppressing the exception, right? They are what? Propagating the exception. So it's better to catch and handle the exception or not, guys? It's better to catch and handle the exception or not, guys? Come on, everyone. Here is what? List employee. What employee? Here is what? List employee. List is equal to control plus if. List employee. List is equal to. Come on, guys. Come on, everyone. List employee. List is equal to. Tell me. Controller dot. What dot, guys? Controller dot. Controller dot fetch employees by designation. All the 3 designations are passed there or not there, guys? Okay, whatever designations are coming, boss, I want to process it. Okay, Java 8 for each method is there or not there? List dot for each. In each iteration, I am going to get what? One employee class object reference. What is that? One employee class object reference. System dot out dot println em. Here is what? Try. Here is what? Exception E. E dot print stack trace. What dot stack trace, guys? E dot print stack trace. Things are coming over there or not there? Array, you don't want to write like this. You want to say some message. System dot out dot println. Internal problem. What problem? Internal problem. What is there? Try again. Try again. E dot get message. Internal problem. Try again. E dot get message. Close the IOC container. What container, guys? IO. What is there? CTX dot close. What dot close, guys? CTX dot close. Here is what? Closable? No. Configurable. What is there? Okay, we have to write correct method, guys. We got the red mark there. Okay, because add cast to CTX. This is what there. Configurable application context. That's great. End of the main method. End of the class. Okay, to get the feeling, flow of execution started from here. I don't know what's happening, why it is coming. I really don't know, Babu. These are waste code or not, guys? Yes, new version is having that drawback, guys. Okay, no problem. Yeah, next one. What is there? Systrace. Systrace. Start of main method. What of main method, guys? Start of main. Yes, my dear. Here is what? End of main method. Here is my end of main. Systrace start of main method. Systrace end of main. Convinced, guys? Come on, everyone. That's great. Right click, run as, what is there? Java application. Right click, run as Java application. Enter designation 1. What is there? Raja. So not Raja. Clerk. What is the designation 2? Manager. Okay. Designation 3. Salesman. Okay. Having this designation, so many records are there. We are getting all those records one by one now, boss. Before that, we are able to feel controller class object pre-instantiated, service is pre-instantiated, DAO pre-instantiated. Later necessary injections are done, right? Okay, now first I called what, guys? Fetch employee by designation method. That internally calling what? Show employees by designation. That internally calling what? DAO class method. So lastly, it is giving me all the records that are there in the list or not, guys? Lastly, it is giving me what? All the records that are there are not there. Come on. Okay. Okay. Is that clear, guys? Come on, everyone, understanding my statement? Yeah. Suppose some problem is raised, guys. Suppose somewhere DAO IMPL, I have given wrong query or wrong table name. Then we will get exception in DAO class method. Are we suppressing the exception here only na? You did not given path to JDBC driver. Prakash, do you know what is JDBC driver first of all? Don't show your half knowledge in front of Rabab. JDBC driver is jar file. Jar is already there now, boss. Okay, next one. In JDBC driver, where path is required, first of all, tell me. Prakash, do you really know JDBC? I doubt. In JDBC, where is the path requirement? JDBC driver software is a jar file, right? Yes. JDBC properties are already placed as what? Key value pairs in the application dot properties, and application dot properties are automatically recognized one or not, guys? From yesterday I'm shouting on this point or not, guys? Application dot properties you need not to configure. It will be configured automatically. It's a part of Spring Boot application ecosystem. I'm shouting and saying these statements every day. Said or not said, boss? Come on. Okay, guys. Right, boss. Okay. Yes, Prakash, you are exposed. You don't have good knowledge of JDBs. Okay. Yeah. Here is my DAO IMPL. Here is my what? Employee 11. The table is not there. When not there, while executing the query, we will get exception. What exception? SQL exception. That we are propagating to whom? Service. From that we are propagating to in DAO method, we are rethrowing exception. Service. Service is catching and handling no. So it will propagate to whom? Controller. In controller, catching and handling are no. Propagates to whom? Propagation means passing by. Client application. In client, we are catching and handling exception, trying to display exception related messages as what? Non-technical guiding messages to end user or not, guys? Exception related messages as what? Non-technical guiding messages for end user or not, guys? Say something, my dear. Come on, everyone. Run as Java application. Okay. Enter designation 1. Manager. Designation 3. What is there? Salesman. Okay. See, problem is raised, guys. But exception is also displayed from the client application only, na? See, tabular view does not exist. That is a real exception. Okay. Tabular view does not exist. All these exception details are displayed, guys. I'm not saying they are not displayed, but somewhere I might have written the message catching and handling exception. Where is that? Internal problem, try again. There are in the middle there are where, guys? I'm not seeing. You are able to see 29 and more. Sorry, I did not see. Internal problem, try again. That is executed means what? Problem is also propagated till the client application or not, guys? Sir, why those red marks are coming? I will tell. How to create EMP table, how to data add to it. Can you show me steps of that? Sangamesh, you need not to create table, right? It's a ready-made table, Ram idea. Sangamesh, EMP is the ready-made table in Oracle. And without knowing how to create table, how to add records, you are running what? Spring Boot microservices I am teaching for you. Sangamesh, there should be a common sense, Basics of Oracle is required. What is the prerequisite for attending this course? JDBC. JDBC means database knowledge also prerequisite, na boss. Sangamesh, don't expect core Java also should be taught. C language also should be taught in Spring Boot microservices. Please run Aina. And from yesterday, I'm shouting one statement. EMP is a ready-made table. You need not to create that table. That table comes automatically. How many times I said? First of all, did you check at least one time EMP table is there or not there? Okay, fine. Did you check whether did you check at least one time? EMP table is there or not there? You have to check once, boss. Okay, listen. If at all, I installed Oracle, but that is not coming. Let us assume that is not coming. So in that situation, what we have to do, guys? Come on. In that situation, what we have to do? Yeah, we have to think about going for what, guys? Right. Yeah, there is a scott.sql file in Oracle installation. From there, you can copy paste some queries that gives all the default tables. That creates all the default tables. You want to check that? Run SQL command line. Okay. What is there? Connect system tiger. Select star from EMP. Table is there, record is there. Drop table EMP. Table dropped. Let us assume you are in the same situation. Go to Oracle installation folder, guys. Go to Oracle installation folder. Here is what? Program files. Here is my what, guys? Program files. Here is simply my what? Program files. D drive or C drive? C drive. Oracle exe. Oracle. Okay, you search for in Oracle installation, you search for scott.sql. There are not there. Open with notepad. Simply you say open with what? Notepad. See, lot of queries are there now, boss. Create table EMP. If they're already there, drop table. Here onwards, you copy. You copy all insert queries related to EMP now, my dear. Okay, right. Copy this. Come to this. Here you just right click, paste anyway. Table is ready now. Say commit, committed. Select star from EMP. Whoever asked that question, now we are ready with EMP table now, boss. If EMP table is not there in Oracle installation, you can copy paste the relevant content from scott.sql file of Oracle database software installation. After doing this change, guys, I don't want red marks, guys. I want to get only non-technical guiding messages. Then 1 minute. If you decided not to see the red marks in the catch block, don't write this. Don't write print stack trace. In the DAO class also, we are catching and handling exception. Don't write print stack trace. Don't write print stack trace. Are you getting my point there or not there? That's great. Right click on it, run as, where is this? Java application. Designation 1, what is there? Clerk, manager. And what is there? Salesman. Internal problem, try again. Any red marks are coming or not coming? Not. Because we kept print stack trace, detailed error message has come. If you don't keep it, you don't get it. Sir, why exception is coming? Simple reason. I have given wrong table name. Let me correct and give what? Right table then. Go to the main class. Click on this button, guys. Click on this button. Okay, that's great. Employee designation clerk. What is there? Manager. Lastly, what is there? Salesman. Your output is coming nicely over there or not there? Okay. So this is how we have to think about executing the mini project, but that is not important. Let's see the flow of execution. We have to understand flow of execution end to end now, boss. Okay. So one thing is blindly, boss. In layered application, DAO service controller class, don't catch and handle exception. If at all you do, declare the exception to be thrown using throw statement. Declare the exception to be thrown using what? Throws statement. Are you getting my point there, guys? Declare the exception to be thrown using what? Throws statement. Convinced, my dear? Okay. That is the story in what? Catch blocks. Try catch block story, right? Declare the exception to be thrown using what? Throws statement. Fine. Okay, that's great, guys. But in the client application, that's a first and last layer. While giving input, first layer, while getting output, last layer. So you catch and handle exception and try to display exception related messages as what? Non-technical guiding messages to end user, right? Okay. Fine, guys. File open. Spring. Where is that? What's your batch code? 515. Batch code is what? 515. Okay, next. Spring Boot core. What is there, guys? Spring Boot core. In Spring Boot core, what is there, guys? Okay, Spring Boot core. Where is the story? Session 7 Spring Boot Core Storyboard. Yes, guys. Tell me here. We created everything, we done everything, we pasted the code, but storyboard related flow of execution, I would like to. Yes, have a look on this here, flow of execution. End-to-end flow of execution, put your maximum concentration over here. Number one, we run the application now, boss. In our style, regular flow, you know that. Number two, main method. Number three, Spring application dot run method creates the IOC container. Spring application dot run method simply creates what? IOC container. What do you say, guys? Spring application dot run method simply creates what, guys? IOC container. Are you getting my point there or not there, guys? Super. Yeah. Number four, takes the given class as the configuration class, loads that class and creates the class and creates object for this configuration class or not, guys? Loads this class and creates this configuration class object. What do you say, guys? That means happily configuration class object is created or not, my dear? Configuration class object is created. Definitely configuration class object is created. Created or not created, boss? Definitely created. Okay, that is number 5. Okay, guys. Number 6. Array, from this annotation, it will take @enable auto configuration annotation of Spring Boot application annotation. Checks for starter jar files to make certain Java classes as what? Spring Beans. Checks for starter jar file to make certain Java classes as what? Spring Beans. Are you getting my point there or not there? Super. Finds Spring Boot starter JDBC jar to make following classes as what? Spring Beans by collecting inputs from what? Application.properties file. Okay, now listen. It notices Spring Boot starter JDBC is there. From there, it will collect 3 classes as what? Come on. Predefined class as Spring Bean. 3 predefined classes and make them as Spring Bean through auto configuration process. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on, everyone. But whatever inputs and instructions required for them will be collected from application.properties file, my dear. Will be definitely collected from what? Application.properties file. Agree with me, my dear? Come on, everyone. Okay. So what are the classes it is making them as Spring Bean, guys? Number 1, Ikari data source. Number 2, JDBC template. Number 3, named parameter JDBC template. Lot of other things. In auto configuration, Java class automatically becomes what? Spring Bean. Though they have not configured with what? Stereotype annotations and @bean methods. This Ikari data source object points to whom? JDBC connection pool for Oracle, in which JDBC connection objects created for what? Oracle DB will be decided based on what? JDBC driver software details that are placed in application.properties or not, guys. Hikari data source object is created. It will create connection pool also, but connection pool connection objects are related to Oracle and MySQL are decided based on what, guys? Based on the JDBC driver details that are placed in what? Application.properties file. Application.property file. This decision will be taken or not, guys? Okay. By default, they have become singleton scope Spring Bean, guys. By default, all of them are singleton. That is number 6. First time I am saying @enable auto configuration annotation of At the rate Spring Boot application annotation found that there are, okay, starters. That is what? Spring Boot starter JDBC. From there, 3 predefined classes are taken. Okay. It is making them as what? Spring Beans. Simply making them as what? Spring Bean. Okay, that's great. Number 7, guys. At the rate component scan annotation of Spring Boot application annotation takes the current package and its sub packages. Takes what, guys? Current package and its what? Sub packages for sub packages for Java classes that are annotated with what? Stereotype annotation, and also gets their scope, and also notices that there are no at the rate bean method. Okay, total how many stereotype annotation classes are there? DAO, service, controller, repository, service, controller, repository, service, and what? Controller. So they are somehow making themselves as what? Spring beans or not, guys? Say something, my dear. Come on, everyone. At the rate component scan of Spring Boot application scan the current package com.nt and it's what? Sub packages for Java classes that are annotated with stereotype annotation. With stereotype annotation to make respective classes as what? Spring Bean having singleton scope. Okay, now tell me. Pre-instantiation of singleton scope Spring Beans takes place now, boss? And necessary dependency injections also take place or not, my dear? Okay. DAO, 1 minute. First of all, what happens, already some predefined classes are there acting as a Spring Bean. First of all, they will be pre-instantiated or not, guys? Come on, everyone. Okay, first one, what is there? What is there? Hikari data source object. What is there? Hikari data source. Hikari data source object. Hikari data source object. Creation. Next, JDBC template class object injected with what object? Data source object. Okay, guys. Next, named parameter. What, guys? JDBC template class object injected with what object, guys? Data source object. Injected with data source object. Is that clear, my dear? Come on, everyone. Super, guys. Hikari data source object creation. JDBC template object injected with data source object. Named parameter class object injected with what? Data source object. DAO class object creation injected with what? Data source object. Come on, guys. Service class object injected with what? DAO class object. Controller class object injected with the service class object. Like this, multiple beans are created, objects are created, and necessary injections are done or not done, guys. Pre-instantiation of singleton scope Spring Bean and necessary injections will take place or not, guys? Am I mentioning any scope on the top of the service, repository, controller annotation based classes, guys? No. Am I keeping any annotations on the top of them, my dear? No, not at all. No, not at all. That's why they are pre-instantiated and necessary injections also take place or not, guys? Say something, my dear. The necessary injections also take place or not? I want reply from you people, guys. Super guys. This is number 8. Pre-instantiation of singleton scope Spring Beans takes place. That's great. That is number 8 guys. Okay, number 9. And once all these are done, for reusability purpose, these objects will be kept in internal cache of the IOC container or not guys. These objects will be kept in the internal cache of the IOC container. Number 9, all singleton scope Spring Bean class object refs will be kept in the internal cache of what? IOC container. Simply in the internal cache of the IOC container. Clear, my dear? Come on, everyone. DAO class object reference here. Service class object reference here. Payroll class object reference over here. Come on. Hikari data source object reference here are not there guys. All these are kept in the internal cache of IOC container or not guys. Okay, number 10. After all these things I can say IOC container is very much ready boss. After all these things I can say IOC container is very much ready boss. Come on, number 10. This is number 10. Are you getting my point there guys? After all this stuff, IOC container is ready. What is ready guys? Okay, number 11. CTX.getBean payroll. Array, in this in this paintbrush, bean ID of the controller class is payroll. Okay, it will go to internal cache now, my dear. In that one, yes. Is there any Spring Bean whose bean ID is payroll? Yes. That object reference is gathered or not, guys? That object reference is gathered. That is number 13. On that reference, we are calling the business method. Maybe in the IDE project, I gathered clerk, manager, salesman from what? End user. But here what I am doing, I am hard coding. One and the same, na? Okay, it will go to what? Controller class method or not, guys? Number 15. Controller class method is executed or not, guys? Controller class method is calling service class method, na boss? That is 16. Control goes to service class method, na boss? That is 17, right? Service class method is internally calling what? DAO class method. What do you say, guys? Internally calling what? DAO class method. That is what? 18. That is simply literally what is that, guys? 18. Come on, I want reply, my dear. Super, guys. This DAO control goes to whom, guys? DAO class method. This is what? 19. Okay. We are sending and executing query. We are getting result set object having bunch of records. We are getting result set object having what? Bunch of records. Are you getting my point there or not there, guys? We are getting result set object having what? Bunch of records. Say something, my dear. I want reply, my dear. Come on. We are getting result set object having what? Bunch of records. Super, guys. Followed by that, what is the story, guys? Okay, at the end, result set records are copied to employee. What is that? Java Bean class object that they are added to list collection. That list collection is returned or not, guys? That is number 20. Okay, guys. Tell me next one. 21. What is that, guys? 21. Okay. From DAO class method, return value comes to service class method. Service class method is returning to controller class method. Controller class method capture the result and returning to client application. I mean to say main class, my dear. Come on. Okay, now that is coming to whom, guys? Main class, main method. So there we are processing the list collection and displaying the records. Okay, next. We are catching and handling exception. We are closing the container. As part of container, all objects will be vanished or not, guys? All necessary objects will be vanished or not, guys? Okay, end of the main method, end of the application. End of the main method and end of the application. Everyone thoroughly understood my statement or not, guys? Come on. Everyone thoroughly understood my statement here or not? I hope you convinced with me, guys. Right. Okay, guys. One more time. See, it's a mini project, but you have understood. If someone asks you, how did you use dependency injection in real-time projects or in your project? You need not to say anything. You say simply this answer. My project is layered application. The available layers are data source layer, DAO layer, service layer, controller layer. I made those layer classes as Spring Beans and I have done a dependency injection among them. How? Data source to DAO, DAO to service, service to controller. You will happily feel happy or not, guys? This is the real time dependency injection. How Spring is used in real time. You got the clarity? My project is layered application having okay DAO layer, service layer, controller layer. So in that process, I made all these layer classes as Spring Bean and I performed injection among them. In what way? Data source object injected to DAO object, DAO object injected to service object is injected to what? Controller. Convinced or not, my dear? Got the clarity or not? Come on, everyone. Convinced or not? I want reply from you people. Yeah, once again, see the flow of execution, guys. We run the application. Okay, main method. Container creation because Spring application dot run method. Container creation because of what? Spring application dot run method. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on, everyone. Okay. Number 4, main class is taken as configuration class. Number 5, that class is loaded, object is created and becomes a Spring Bean, right? Number 6, at the rate enable auto configuration annotation of Spring Boot application annotation checks. Are there any special starter that are added? Okay, JDBC starter is added. From there, it takes 3-4 classes, makes them as Spring Bean, having singleton scope or not, guys. Number 7, guys. Number 7, at the rate component scan annotation of the Spring Boot application annotation takes the current package of main class com.nt and sub packages and searches for are there any classes annotated with stereotype annotation. Found how many? DAO service controller. Found how many? DAO service controller. Are you getting my point? Are 3 annotation: repository, service, and control. Makes those classes as Spring Beans na boss. And notices there are no at the rate bean method. Are there any at the rate bean methods, guys? No. Next, pre-instantiation of singleton scope Spring Beans and necessary dependency injections using what? At the rate auto void takes place or not, guys? At the rate auto void takes place or not, guys? Come on. Pre-instantiation of singleton scope Spring Bean and necessary dependency injection using what? At the rate auto void takes place. Are you getting my point there or not there, guys? Super, guys. Hikari data source object is created. Come on. Ah, okay. What is this? JDBC template class object is injected with what? Data source object. Data source object is injected to what? Named parameter JDBC template class object. Come on. Data source object is injected to DAO class object. DAO class object is injected to what? Service class object. Service class object is injected to what? Controller class object. Convinced with me, guys? Are you getting my point there or not there, guys? Come on, everyone. That is number 8. What is number 9? All these singleton scope spring beans are kept in internal cache of the IOC container. Perfect, guys. Then control comes to main method. Now I can say IOC container creation process is completed or not, guys? Okay, IOC container creation is completed. Number 11. CTX.getBean method is called or not called, guys? CTX.getBean method is called or not called? Not called. Is called. Having controller class bean ID. It goes to internal cache and checks. Is there any Spring Bean having bean ID payroll? There are not there. Definitely there. There are not there. Definitely there. Okay. In that process, it returns that controller class object reference. Then we are calling business method on the top of it. 14. Come on, reactive boss. Second time explaining, please. Because of that, it goes to controller class definition or not 15. Okay. It is calling service class method. Array, I will use a debugging concept. I will show this real flow also. Before that, I will give one debugging video to you people. Okay, this Saturday, Sunday, you complete watching of that video. Monday, I think won't be class, won't be there. Okay. Tuesday, I think Monday is Ramjan. Ramjan, you'll be having holiday. I don't know what's there, but mostly we'll be having holiday, right? Yeah, number 15, guys. That is calling service class method, boss. Come on. Service class method internally calls what, guys? DAO class method. DAO class method internally calls what, guys? Okay, DAO class method is called. Come on. DAO class method. The code in DAO class method executes or not, guys? Say something, my dear. That is 19. After executing all the logic, it returns what? Bunch of records in the form of what? Employee class object stored into the list collection. Stored into the list collection or not? That is 20. 21. Come on, everyone. That list collection comes to service method. Service also returning to controller. Controller is receiving that, guys, returning to client application. So client application receiving that one, guys, and displaying the data. 25 receiving, 26 displaying data. 27 end of the container, all objects are vanished. Lastly, end of the application. Lastly, what is there, guys? End of the application. Simply, literally, that is what? End of the application. Everyone got the clarity, my dear? Okay. Okay. Now let me go into next discussion. Very popular interview question. While developing layered application using Spring Boot framework, we need to make following classes implementing interfaces. Strategy design pattern implementing. All data source classes should implement what? Data source interface. Luckily, data source classes given by Ikari, CP, C3P0, Vibur, etc. already implementing what? Data source interface. Earlier Java X, now Jakarta, guys. Next, guys. All DAO classes should implement what? DAO interface. DAO class 1, Oracle persistence logic. DAO class 2, MySQL. Array, Persistence logic changes database to database. That's why. Use case 2. DAO class 1, plain JDBC persistence logic. DAO class 2, Spring JDBC persistence logic. DAO class 3, come on, Spring ORM persistence logic. What logic, guys? Spring ORM persistence logic. Spring ORM persistence logic. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay, guys. Right. Yeah, all service classes should implement common interface use case. Service class 1, business logic using formula 1. Service class 2, business logic using formula 2. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Come on. Right. Array, this no already explained. Since controller class always acts as target class and it is not dependent to other Spring Bean, we don't we do not implement any interface on controller class. We do not implement any interface on what? Controller class. Getting my point there, guys? Come on, everyone. Okay, next. How do you propagate or pass exception raised in what? DAO class 2, client or end user in layered architecture based project. Already we discussed it now, boss. While developing layered application, DAO service controller classes will do following things to pass or propagate the raised exception to client or end user. End user gives inputs to client application, expects success output or failed error from the client application itself, though error is raised in any process of the project. We have done this explanation already. We need to declare the exception to be thrown using throw statement in DAO service controller classes. Do not catch and handle exception using what? Try catch block. Okay. We need to catch and handle exception in DAO or either that or this. Only declare the exception to be thrown using throw statement or we need to catch and handle exception in DAO service controller classes using try catch block or try with resource. Okay. Plus catch block. But we need to rethrow the exception in the catch block using what? Throw statement. Which is good, guys? First one or second one? Second one. In our application, we followed first practice or second practice? We caught and handle exception, but in the catch block, we rethrow the exception or not, guys? Because of above operation, the exception raised in DAO class will propagate to service class. Service class propagate the received exception to controller. Controller class will propagate the received exception to client application. But lastly, in the client application, what we do, guys? The client application receives exception and handle the exception using try catch block to display exception related technical messages to end user as non-technical guiding messages. I think we already practically done this work also. Okay, how to convert result set records into list of Java Bean objects. We already discussed this also. Each record you keep in one Java Bean class object. Add them to list collection. For that one small for loop code you have to write or not, guys? We already written this code and all this stuff, guys. We already written this code and all this stuff, right? In Spring, we can make Java class as Spring Bean either using stereotype annotation that are placed. What, guys? That are placed on the top of user defined classes or using @bean methods of what? Configuration class. Using @bean methods of what? Configuration class. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. In Spring Boot, we can make Java classes as Spring Beans. Yeah. using stereotype annotation that are placed on the top of what? User defined classes, using @bean methods of configuration class. C, using auto configuration activity based on what? Starter that are added to class path or build path of the project. In Spring, how many ways are there to make Java class as Spring Bean? Only two. One is using stereotype annotation. Number two, using @bean methods, right? In Spring Boot, total how many ways are there to make Java class as Spring Beans, guys? Three ways are there. Number one, using stereotype annotation. Number two, using @bean methods. Number three, using auto configuration activity. What activity, guys? Auto configuration activity. Okay. How to work with Lambda API we have kept. Okay. Yeah, listen. One small thing. Remaining all things are discussed one by one, guys. How did you use? How did you use dependency injection? What, guys? In your project. How did you use dependency injection in your project? How did you use dependency injection in your project? Comfortable, guys? Come on, everyone. How did you use dependency injection in your project? My project is layered application. What application? Layered application. That means different logics are kept in different classes and we are making them communicating with each other, and we are making them communicating with each other. The available layers in the layered application are the available layers in the layered application are the available layers in the layered application are. Tell me, guys, what are the available layers in the layered application, guys? Persistence layer or DAO layer? Persistence layer or DAO layer? Next, number B. Service layer. Okay. C. Controller layer. Controller layer. DB layer. Next, UI layer. UI layer. Okay. Now tell me here. Okay. By making the by making the data source, DAO, service, controller classes as Spring Beans. Okay. As Spring Beans, we perform dependency injection among them like what, guys? Like tell me here, what is this? Data source object to what, guys? DAO class object. DAO class object to what guys? Service class object. Next guys, come on everyone. Data source object to DAO class object. DAO class object to service class object. Service class object to controller class object. Service class object to controller class object. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super, guys. Data source object to DAO class object. DAO class object to service class object. Service class object to controller class object. Okay. All these are dependency injections using @auto-void, guys. In all these places, what we are doing is what? Dependency injection using @auto-void. Perfect, my dear? Yes, dependency injections using @auto. Okay, boss. Next, the main class are client application. Client application gets controller class object by using ctx.getBean method call. Okay, here is nothing but what? Dependency lookup or not, guys? Here is nothing but dependency lookup. What do you say, guys? Here what we are doing is what? Dependency lookup. We are simply literally what we are doing is what? Dependency lookup. Convinced with me, my dear? Come on, everyone. Understood my statement, guys? Got the clarity, my dear? How did you use dependency injection in your project? This is what we are discussing or not, guys? Comfortable, my dear? Okay, that's great. So this is about the whole process that we have to focus. Okay, right. Okay, today I'll share debugging related videos. Watch them and come. On this mini project, I will give debugging through Eclipse IDE. In C language, you might have seen flow of execution F5, F6 buttons. Similar flow of execution we can also see here. Similar flow of execution you can also see over here. Yes. Yeah, what's your batch code, guys? 5:30 p.m., right? Okay. Where is this? Spring Boot core. File upload. Spring Boot core file upload. Where is this, guys? 915 or 515? 515. Spring Boot core. Where is that? Storyboard, right? Mini project storyboard. Yes. Okay, I have given employee example now, boss. You create table on your own. Based on the given 3 city names, I should get the hotels available in those cities. Hotel related information you maintain as a table and bring it. Minimum 4-5 informations you have to bring. Hotel ID, hotel name, city name, okay, number of rooms, okay na, minimum price, maximum price. These are the columns you take. You only insert the data. Based on the given 3 cities, I want to get all the. Tell me, mini project is difficult or easy? This is level 1. So we improvise this one in tomorrow's class. We are making this application only working for Oracle, right? We would like to see same application even working for what? MySQL. We'll do that later. Okay, this is uploaded, guys. Tomorrow class are regular timings only. Yes. Tomorrow class is at regular 5:15 only. Don't worry. Tomorrow class is at regular 5:15 only. Don't worry. It's the regular timing only. Yeah, this is my what, guys? Spring Boot, Quora. No, 1 minute. 5:30 p.m. Videos are no, yeah, videos. Here is the story. Here are my video URLs. Video URLs, guys. Control V. Yeah, where is that? Video URLs. Debugging in Eclipse ID. What is there, guys? Debugging in Eclipse ID. Copy these, guys. Please complete the watching by tomorrow. Not tomorrow, by Monday. Monday, I will give the flow of execution. Tomorrow, we go for what? Improvisation of this mini project. If someone asks you, how did you use dependency injection? You have an answer. This is real-time dependency injection. I injected data source to DAO, DAO to service, service to controller. Where did you use dependency lookup? The way we call ctx.getBean method in client application, lookup operator. We are passing bean ID, searching and getting bean class object from internal cache or not, guys. That's why that is comes under dependence. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time. We'll meet.